little marker on the floor.
I know.
Do not go past here. I might have to share your table for a minute if that's okay. Courtney to give us. Yeah.
How many years I was a single mom? So I'm going to share that. I want to say 12 years. Okay.
You got it?
The gap.
Sound check. Check one.
I'm loud, so it wasn't
Not very loud.
actually could project.
Hello, hello. You want me to keep talking to you in a very awkward way? Yes. Stephanie said she's very loud, so she doesn't need to be up super loud. Do you need me to keep talking? A little bit louder? I can put the mic closer too. Are we good? All right, moms, welcome here at Life Mission and at Colonial, and anyone that is watching on YouTube. Thank you for tuning in this evening. Thank you for joining the Single Mom KC Pursuit program. Single moms and your kids can join us in person or on YouTube the first Wednesday of every month. I'm Laura, and I am the Pursuit Coordinator, and tonight our program topic is Overcoming Loneliness. Before we begin, I would like to share with you some upcoming programs and review information in your program folders. So hopefully you all got a folder. If you'll go ahead and grab those. Please go ahead and open it up, and I'm going to go over all the stuff in there just so you kind of know what we have for tonight. First thing is going to be your Pursuit handout. Has our lovely Stephanie's picture on the front. Things are going to be a little different tonight because we do have a journal piece, but it is going to be referring back to some of the materials that Stephanie shared with you for tonight. So we don't have like a normal journal portion that we do. On the back side, you can see some of the upcoming programs that we have. We have emotional well-being. Managing the stress of single moms will be our pursuit for March. If you have a moment tonight, it's a great idea to go ahead and get signed up for that. So there are QR codes on that you can scan to go ahead and get signed up. Next thing, we do have a Victim to Victorious workshop coming up. This is one that all moms can attend. It is on Saturday, April 25th from 9 to 2. Definitely something worth attending. It has been helpful to a lot of our moms, including myself. Next thing is we have Healing from Your Heart Wounds Workshop. This is another one that everyone is able to attend. It is a two-parter, so there is a Friday night on May 15th from 5:30 to 9, and then Saturday May 16th from 8:30 to 6 p.m. There are QR codes on both of those to register, so if you are interested in attending one of those, please do that. One thing to note is that the Healing from Your Heart Wounds, just because the workshop is so long, that childcare is not provided for that workshop. All right, next thing. Marissa is always wonderful about giving us a child handout that ties into what we're doing in our lesson. So if you guys see that there is the program theme for them is called Be the Light. Marissa's also awesome about giving us a great take-home activity or a game that you guys can do with your kids. So you will be getting one of these tonight, and it is a game called How Do You Feel? It is a feelings card game. So really cool. You can take that home and check that out with your kids at home. Next thing. Please take this out and take a look at this. This is the Pathway Toward Restoration programs that has been created with the Single Mom KC. If you open it up to the inside, the first step is to engage. It says connections start and relationships are nurtured. Equipping begins for new moms and continues for moms who have been a part of the Single Mom KC community for a while. So one of the first keys to engage is, of course, where you ladies are tonight, which is Pursuit, and it is open to everyone always. So feel free to invite your single mom friends to come along and join you for this. Step 2 is actually starting to attend some of those workshops, and so that is it to empower. And those are some of the workshops that I just talked about, such as Victim to Victorious and Healing from Your Heart Wounds. The next step after you've attended some workshops is going to be Grow. That is the next step. As the healing journey continues, moms are equipped with skills to lead their families toward restoration. Prerequisite is a completion of both of the Empower workshops, which were the Victim to Victorious and Healing from Your Heart Wounds. Fourth step is Thrive. Prerequisites are completing all of the Empower and Grow workshops. The key workshop for this step is building healthy relationships, and future workshops can be workshops such as Financial Stability 1 and 2. Last thing, if you go ahead and flip to, it's kind of the middle of it, where it says Hope Ambassadors. We have a team of people that are Hope Ambassadors that are highly trained volunteers that work alongside single moms with urgent and emergent needs to connect them to resources that they need. They help single moms access resources to assist with things like if you need food and clothing, utilities, medical and health needs, mental health, transportation, childcare, legal assistance, and more. Almost the last thing. You'll also notice that I'm sure Stephanie is going to have some great takeaways for you, so there is some paper in your folder that you can use to take notes about things as she is speaking. Last but not least. All right. Oh, I didn't bring one up, but we do have a mom gift for you tonight. I did not bring a gift bag up to show you, but we want to wish you each a happy Valentine's Day. So you are receiving a Valentine's gift from us at the Single Mom KC at the end of tonight's program. We recognize that being a single mom can be pretty lonely at times and kind of isolating as you go through the overwhelming tasks of every day, just doing life. We are excited tonight to have Stephanie Hankins here to share some helps for fighting loneliness. So a little bit of information about Stephanie. We're so excited to have her here with us tonight. Stephanie raised three boys, as a single mom. She is a board-certified master mental health life coach with a master's degree in education. We just found out that we're both fellow teachers. She is an educator, author, and speaker that offers practical guidance and accountability to help adults build stronger mental, spiritual, and physical health. Stephanie has compassion for adults who feel alone in their life's journey and partners with them to meet their goals. She also works with adolescent girls aged 13 to 17 needing support with life skills in the areas of failure to thrive, self-image, lack of socialism, and building healthy relationships. Please join me in welcoming Stephanie Hankins.
Thank you. Boy, I kind of sound important, don't I? That was a lot of stuff to say, but good evening, everyone. Good evening. I am so honored to be here today to speak with you guys. Just briefly, I am very proud that your organization, the Single Mom KC, asked me to speak because they do wonderful work. Unfortunately, I didn't have any community such as this, organization such as this, to help me along my journey as a single mom of 3 boys. Had I probably would have made a lot more better choices than what I did. And so please count yourself lucky. Definitely pat yourself on the back that you are taking this time for you. Because if you don't take care of you, it's going to be hard for you to take care of your children. And so you are important first, then the children. And I know typically we as moms, we don't put ourselves first. And that is a hard lesson to find out down the road. And so I want you to give yourselves a hand because of the fact that you are here today taking this time. Give yourself a hand. That's no small thing. If you can't clap for yourself, who do you expect to clap for you? Come on, seriously, let's go. Come on. Thank you. Thank you. So again, my name is Stephanie Hankins. Just a little bit about me. Yes, I was a single mom. I had to count. I told Lori, I got to count how many years. So I was a single mom for 12 years before I remarried. And it was, wow. If I'd have known then what I know now, I would have done things totally different. And that doesn't mean that I did anything wrong necessarily, but of course, when you know better, you do better. And again, when you have this type of organization who is willing to put in the work on your behalf, it's a blessing. And so I hope that you utilize them to the max, okay? Because they are gifts. Well, I would like to open up in prayer, just because it is an honor for me to be here and I am on assignment. So I want to make sure that I get myself in position. Father God, in the name of Jesus, Lord, I thank you for each and every family that is represented here today. I thank you for each and every mom who has committed this time, set this time apart today to pour into herself. Because we know that if she is empty, she has nothing to pour to her children. So I thank you that every word that you have allowed me to speak today touches somebody's heart. If it just touches one, then my assignment has been fulfilled. I thank you for all of the men and women who have put their hands to the plow to make this happen. I bless them now, and it's in your son Jesus' name, amen. So it's really important. Before I begin, I just want to say something. If you walked in the room this evening and you had the smile on your face, you were laughing, and you looking like you got everything together, you know, you're feeling good, but inside you're feeling lonely, I want you to know you are not strange, you are not odd, and you are not failing in life. Okay? I say that with a pause because as moms, sometimes we have the pressure that if we don't look like we have it all together, then that says we're a failure as a mom. And so society will sometimes put that pressure on us. And sometimes we're embarrassed because we are struggling in certain areas. So I just want to talk a little bit about loneliness, because a lot of times, I know for myself, I didn't like the month of February at all. And unfortunately, as a society, we have totally twisted the whole concept and meaning of this month. Specifically, the love month, Valentine's Day, okay? We have over-commercialized it as a society, and it has caused people who may not currently be in a relationship to feel inferior. Something must be wrong with you. And so sometimes what do? We go off and we get that piece of a man or that friend with benefits. okay? So that we don't have to fall in that category. But what we fail to realize is that we are 100% authentic as one. That you do not have to be identified as valuable if there is a partner. Now, that doesn't mean that you don't want one, not saying that. But sometimes want and need get mixed up, okay? Ladies, you don't need to be in a relationship. You want to be in a relationship, and that's good because God made us like that. He created the family. He created relationships. So that is a totally normal. And for those of you who may say, well, been there, done that, that's okay too. There's nothing wrong with that. But the concern that I have is, as a single mom, we feel the need that we are denying our children something because there's not another person there. Okay, something to think about. So loneliness doesn't always look like isolation. A lot of you have groups and friends and friendships and coworkers and things, and you're on the go and you're involved, and that is amazing. And so people would look at you and say, oh no, she can't be lonely. I mean, she was just here, and she volunteers over here, and she helps out over here. She can't be lonely. Loneliness doesn't necessarily mean that you're isolating yourself. So that's another misconception. So today, I'm going to talk just a little bit about loneliness. Now, obviously, I'm not here to fix your situation because that doesn't make sense. I can't do that, okay? I'm not here to shame you. I'm not here to say, you need to get out and get into relationships so your life will be so much better. No. I'm not here for that. But I want to help you understand the differences and the labels so that you will not allow someone to label you. I'm going to say this, and I hope I don't offend anyone. The Single Mom KC is the name of this organization, but I really don't like when people identify themselves as, I'm a single mom, because that may be your situation, but that's not who you are. Think about that for a moment. That's not who you are. So as Laura introduced me, she gave you my name. And then she said, I was a single mother who raised 3 sons. Okay? She didn't come up and say, and she's a single mother, and her name is. Why? Because I am Stephanie Hankins, who was, or could be, is a single mother. Totally different. Totally different. And as soon as you decide to introduce yourself first, then the fact that you're a single mom, you will look at your whole situation totally different. Totally different. So loneliness can affect anyone. We know that. And it doesn't matter how many people are around you. You can be in this room and you can feel like you are the only person there. No one understands me, no one noticed me, no one spoke to me, no one cares about me. I needed something to do, so I came. I wonder if anybody's gonna talk to me afterward. I don't even have anyone's phone number who's in here. See, you can be in a room full of people and still feel totally alone, totally isolated. That is a personal testimony of mine, believe it or not. And sometimes it's still my testimony. I speak all around, different states, different environments, and I can still walk out the door and feel lonely. So external circumstances do not determine inward emotions. I'll say that again. External circumstances do not equate to internal emotions. So that means that a person who is in a room with 1,000 people can still feel lonely, just as a person who is in a room by themselves does not. It is all how you view your situation. And if you look at it like that, then you take back the power of what's going on and not look at yourself as a victim of what happened. Okay, we'll keep going. I see the looks. All right. For many single moms, loneliness comes from carrying everything by yourself. Ooh, Lord. Yes. Okay? You are it. You are it. You are the doctor. You could have to be the lawyer nowadays. You're the cook. You're the maid. You're the chauffeur. You're the soccer mom. You're the basketball mom. You're the tennis mom. You're the personal shopper. Okay? You're the fixer. You are everything. But I want to tell you something today that maybe you didn't know. You have been given God's grace to do what you're doing. I'm going to say that again. You have been given the grace of God to do what you are doing, whether you have 1 child or 10 children. No one else can manage and handle what you do on a daily basis. Whether you are just recently a single mom, whether you have been a single mom for years, you have the grace within you to make it happen. When you understand that, then you understand that everything that you are currently going through or have been through is all part of God's plan. Even the bad stuff. Even the reason maybe why you became a single mom. All of it. So I am a survivor of domestic violence. That is how I became a single mom. I literally fled the state from my husband because I got to a point where he had no concern of whether or not the children saw what he was doing to me. So at that point, I'm out of here. Okay? I say that to say it took me a while. I'm not going to, sugarcoat it. It took me a while to separate what caused me to be a single mom to being a single mom. Okay? I had to realize that although there was something that was negative that caused me to be in that situation, it still was part of a better plan. I just had to ride that journey out to figure that out. And again, you have a wonderful organization that's willing to ride it out with you. Man, oh man, if I would have had it. I'm very serious when I say that. They're not paying me to say that. I'm for real. So you carry all the worries. You carry all the responsibility. You have to be on all the time. Sometimes you just want to, don't call my name. No, I'm not cooking dinner. Go in there and find something. Throw it in the microwave. No, you can't use the stove. You know what? Flip the shirt inside out and wear it again. It's okay. Just wash under your arms and put some deodorant on and go to school. Because you got, it's just all the time. It's all the time. I get that. But again, I'm going to repeat what I said. It's important that you see yourself first. If you don't see yourself first, you won't have the opportunity to heal and move through your situation, whether you want to try again or not. That's not the point. The point is your children deserve the best you that they can have. And if that means that you have to create a support system or an extended support system, you are worth it. You are worth it. I joke with my sons all the time because I am an author. I just finished my fifth or sixth book published. And I tell them all the time, I'm just waiting for your books because I know you got a lot to say about how I raised you. I'm joking, but I think they're writing for real. I do think they're writing. That's okay. I'll support them. I'll support them. Even as a young child, probably when I was about 17 years old, I told God, I said, I'm going to be a mother. I did. I don't know why. Don't know where it came from. I'm an only child. Where'd that come from? I want to be a mother and I want to be a wife. And that's all I knew. Mother, wife. That was it. So unfortunately, you know how we do. We take something and we run with it. Okay? I messed up. I messed up so bad. And unfortunately, having that type of mentality misplaced can cause a lot of issues. But although I would never, ever trade being a mother, let's clear the air on that, I would have done things differently. Timing is everything. Okay? Timing is everything. So as you do go through your process, your healing process, okay? Because even if you became a single mom with no issues, the two of you just said, hey, I don't think we're compatible anymore, or we're just not for each other, and it was nice, and there were flowers and violins, and he agreed to the child support amount, and everything, was really, really good. There's still a healing process. Because anytime life doesn't work out the way we imagine it, we got to rethink things. That's a process. Okay? So everyone has to go through a process because you don't want what you went through to be wasted. There's always something to learn from every life experience that we have. And the first thing is to acknowledge, this didn't go right. The next thing is to say, what part can I be accountable for? What's my part? What was my role in what didn't happen? You can't do anything about the other person or people, extended family and all that. All you can do is take ownership of what you contributed, learn from it, change it if it needs to, change it drastically, change it a little bit, and then turn and do something different. That's the healing process. And that is how you build strong children. They need to see failure. Now, of course, there's some things you need to shield them from, like for me, I shielded mine from the abuse, but they still need to see the process because they need to see that bad things happen to good people. But that doesn't mean, number one, that you're not good. Number two, that something better can come out of what started out negative. So don't hide everything from your children, and don't cover up everything from your children. I was one of those moms that said, oh, I'm sorry, I guess Dad forgot, or oh, darn. Oh, it's my fault. I didn't give him the information on time. Why? Because I didn't want to make him look bad. And then after a while, I said, you know what? Call him. Oh, the number's disconnected. And as my children became teenagers, one of my middle son, they're all like me in some kind of way, but my middle son is the overthinker like me. And he said, yeah, we knew Dad had some issues. And I said, oh, really? I didn't know. What do you mean? And so what I did was I made a commitment, first to God, because if it was to myself, I would have blown it a long time ago. But I made a commitment to God. I'm going to keep my mouth closed, and I'm going to allow my children to form their own opinion about the situation. Again, shielding them from the stuff that children don't need to be exposed to. But behaviors, false hope, don't you shield them from that. Broken promises, talks about character. Don't shield them from that, because you want them to learn that also are characteristics that they are going to have to align themselves to, whether they're going to be people of their word, okay? Feeling lonely does not mean something is wrong with you. For many women, loneliness doesn't start because they want distance. It started because they needed protection. So sometimes we separate ourselves because we don't feel we can trust again. And that's not really fair to you. And it's not fair to your children either. Because when you isolate yourself, then you're not allowing them to experience different personalities, different characteristics, different communities, different ethnicities. So you're depriving them. So I'm saying that to say just be careful, because sometimes when you guard yourself, you're over-guarding life for your children. Okay, that's just a little nugget that I did. Yes, I did. Okay, so if your concern is trust, then that's the area you need to start beginning to work on. And sometimes it's just a small little adjustment. If you've been hurt before, maybe you trusted a family member or a friend. Maybe you thought you had a friend who was going to help you through this situation, and they kind of disappeared, kind of got busy, or they're too busy telling you what you shoulda, woulda, coulda done, and they're forgetting that they're human too, okay? Then that doesn't mean that you just shut down and say, forget it. I'm just not going to trust anyone. I'm just going to stay to myself, me and my kids. You know, I love my kids, and we just gonna do everything together. Okay, that's not healthy. That's not healthy. It's not healthy for you. It's not healthy for the kids. Okay? So please don't do that under the umbrella, well, I'm just protecting myself. Okay, remember, you're growing a human. You're developing them. So you still want to offer them the value of community, okay? Value of community. Loneliness often stays because of invisible barriers. And I wrote just a few down, little sayings like, I should be able to handle this, okay? I don't have the energy to explain my life, so I'm not even gonna try. I don't wanna make friends because I don't wanna tell people what I've been through. Okay? What if I open up and get hurt again? That's huge. I'm still working on that. I'm very transparent. I am still working on that. I am. I don't even know how to ask for help. That's a big one. Because some moms think if I ask for help, then it looks like I don't know what I'm doing. I can't handle it. They're going to know my business. They're going to tell somebody. Okay? These are all barriers, self-inflicted barriers. Okay? You got to move those barriers out of the way. These barriers don't mean that you're broken. They just mean that you've adapted to your situation. It's amazing. We get caught up. Next thing you know, a week's gone by, a month's gone by, a year's gone by, 3 years, 5 years in. And what you did was you just adapted to the situation. Well, this is me. This is my life right now. It doesn't have to be. That's actually the easy way out. No, you deserve to be happy. You deserve to be the woman that you desire to be. And if you don't have a desire, I'm not going to call you a liar because I don't know you like that, but we all have a desire at some level. And you need to pursue that because you deserve that. Because let me tell you, when the kids grow up and grown and gone, you are left with yourself and maybe a dog or a cat. Okay? You don't want to wait until your children are out of the house or grown before you decide, well, I think I'll live now. I think I'll have a life now. Doesn't work like that. You deserve the time now to develop that. Overcoming loneliness doesn't start with finding more people to surround yourself with. It starts with you allowing yourself to be seen. You coming here today, you are allowing yourself to be seen. That's why I told you guys to give yourself a hand, because the fact that you're allowing yourself to be seen means, hey, I know that I can do better for myself, that I can enjoy life just a little bit more. And so you came out. And so that's why I said give yourself a hand, because a lot of people choose to just isolate. Connection doesn't have to fix your life to matter. You're not, I'm not asking you to just put people in your circle to fix you, because there's only one person who can fix you. Actually, two. God and you. That's it. Your kids can't fix you. Your family can't fix you. Half the time they say they don't understand you. Okay? Only God and you can fix you. And it's not even about fixing as if you're broken. I'm not saying that. I'm saying whatever it takes for you to enjoy life, that's what you should be running after, sprinting after. Okay? Whatever gives you joy to wake up. And I'm not saying your children don't get me wrong. Okay? But if they were grown and gone, what's going to get you up every day? That's what you need to pursue now, because tomorrow's not promised. And we know that literally this day. Tomorrow's not promised. So you deserve to put yourself on the front burner, not the back burner. The one with all the crud that we burned all the food on. Not that one. That front one that's nice and clean, because that's the one that you use a lot. You deserve that. Okay? Remember, loneliness is an internal emotion. Internal emotion. Identify, why do I feel lonely? Why? Is it because I don't have any support with my children? Is it because maybe I don't have what I would consider safe friends, not acquaintances, totally different people, safe friends, okay? Is it because I don't feel I have a family connection? They have the thing where the saying, blood is thicker than water. I don't like that saying, because sometimes blood is the thing that is tearing you down. We need to get rid of that saying. It's whomever can help fill your cup, not the person who allows it to leak. Okay? All right, so Lori, the fellow teacher, gave me the 4-minute. She knows me, and we just met, but she knows. Hey, I get paid to talk, so I could talk for hours and hours. Okay, so I want to leave you with this. Loneliness is not your identity. Loneliness is not your identity. Do not claim it. Stop making a t-shirt with it. Stop journaling it. That's not who you are. A signal that connection still matters to you is why you say that. What you really mean to say is, I'm missing connection. Okay? Not I'm lonely. I'm missing connection. And that's good, because you can do something about that. Okay? Healing doesn't mean suddenly having it all together. Healing takes years, guys. Years. Just like it takes years to grow a little person into a big person. I'm still healing. I will never arrive, and I'm okay with that. I'm still on the journey, though. I need you guys to stay on the journey for you first. Singleness should be a welcome season for every person. It's giving you an opportunity to focus on you, although it doesn't feel like that because you're constantly giving to your children. It still is a time for you to find out what you like, what you don't like, what you'll tolerate, what you won't tolerate, okay? It allows you to live your life on your own terms. That's pretty cool, yeah? And you don't have to wait until you're an empty nester. You can do that right now. So celebrate your current singleness and anticipate the day of your change when it happens. And change doesn't mean that you get in another relationship. Change just means when you are comfortable and content in your current situation. So I see her on the side. I want to thank you guys for giving me an opportunity to speak with you. I value each of you because you took the time to come out and do something for yourself. For those of you who were gifted with a book, I will be more than happy to sign it for you and take a picture if you want. But thank you for your courage. You could have stayed home, but you decided to come out. You took a first step in changing the emotion of loneliness. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Stephanie. I appreciate you being here with us this evening and sharing with us some of your wisdom. We're going to sign off for our YouTube audience and say goodbye to the people at Colonial. And we're going to go ahead and switch over to our small group time.